All right, ready? Okay. So let's discuss what you got. So on the first one, it says that if a giraffe is able to stretch its neck 2 inches over its lifetime, that giraffe will most likely have kids that have necks 2 inches longer than it did.
I say false.
False? Okay, cool. Well, how'd you know that?
How did I know that? Because after reading this text, it said, even though if the parent of the animal worked out as hard as it could when it had kids, it would mean that it'll be as strong or as big as it was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it's kind of like that type of concept. So even if it stretched out its neck, it wouldn't give a kid 2 inches
Right.
of a longer.
That's exactly right. Isn't that cool? That's like if I could practice basketball my entire life and get amazing at it, and then when I have kids, that doesn't mean they're going to be amazing at basketball. They have to do the same part. That's pretty cool. Or I could be a bodybuilder and get huge, and then have kids that are still skinny. You know what I mean? Because they have to do the work to it. All right, number 2. It says an island popped up in the Pacific Ocean 1 year ago and was found to have a number of birds living on it. Those birds most likely came from a place near the island. The birds didn't just swarm with the island.
True.
Cool. Okay, how'd you know that?
Because during the text it said they evolved from South America birds.
Okay.
That they came.
Cool. That's right. All right. So you think? So you like? So if you're like thinking about it, right? So like you're right from the text they evolved. So how do you think though? Like when if the birds were from South America, why are they different when they live on that island?
But they live on an island because of adaptation.
Okay, cool. All right, so what happened? You think?
Like either the place is hotter or colder than South America, so over time they became more adapt to it and they changed.
Yeah, became new species. Cool. All right, so let's look at it. It says animals, including humans, are not exact copies of their parents, right? So.
I have to agree, but then I don't want to agree because.
What do you mean?
Because they're not exact copies, but they're half of the exact copy.
Okay, right. But like, you're right. You're exactly right. So we're not exact copies of our parents, but we have the same genes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But it says that from the text, right, that like our kids aren't gonna be exact like us, right?
Yeah.
So you and your sister are not the same, right?
We're twins, like cool.
But you aren't exactly the same and everything, right?
No.
Right. Okay. So who's taller? You or your sister?
She is right now.
She what?
She is right now.
She is right now, right? Well, let's say that some crazy dictator moved in, right? And he made it a rule where you had to be able to limbo under a certain height to be able to eat, right? So who would probably be able to eat more often? You or your sister, right? Because you're shorter, right? So then if she doesn't live, who gets to have kids?
Me.
Right. So they'd be more like you or more like her.
More like me.
Right. And so then when your kids have kids and your kids have kids, the shorter one's always going to live more, right?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to the people?
People are going to get shorter.
Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly right. All right, so with the next one, it says the reason the finch and the Galapagos Islands in South America are different species is because of the environment.
I said false because they already evolved from the South American birds instead of from that environment from the beginning.
Okay. Well, look. So where did you get your evidence from?
Page 348.
Okay. So what does it say right there?
On page 348. Hold on, I have to go back into this.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I have to agree actually.
Okay. So why do you agree then?
Because they have to when they got on there, they had to fight for food.
Yep.
And while fighting for food, they had to change environments.
Mm-hmm. So if you look, what they've shown you right here, and this is very abbreviated. So, but you see how this one has like a big beak, this one has a really skinny beak. So what they're saying is like, if they're living like in a rocky area where the seeds fall between cracks, so which beak would be easier to get the seeds? Okay, right, skinny one, right. So which one's probably gonna eat more?
Skinny one.
So which one's gonna live more?
Skinny one.
And have kids?
Skinny one.
And their kids are gonna look like
the skinny one.
Yeah, so they're gonna have skinny beaks, right? So you're right, you got it right now. All right, so let's see. What about a mutation? Yeah, what about that one?
I agree.
Okay.
It's just like
you know what a mutation is before that?
A mutation is like, let's say, a white woman has a child with a Mexican woman. Not. I mean a Mexican man.
Okay.
That it'll be different because she's probably not even Mexican. She's probably British, Irish, or whatever.
Okay.
And this Mexican man is different. So when they have kids, the genes are gonna get mixed up.
No, you're right. Okay, so there's a little bit difference. Okay, so let me tell you. All right, so a mutation is when there's a mistake in the DNA. That's like
if one of your gene strands messed up.
Yeah. So okay, so you see, like, you know how like my eyes are different colors. This one. I said that's a mutation. So like my parents don't have that. It just like when I was being born, the genes messed up and something weird happened.
Hold on, you have a brownish greenish eye and a blue eye.
I know. That's a mutation. Okay, so
whoa.
Look, let's say that I was born with webbed fingers. Okay, that's a mutation. Like, it's a mistake. But if I had webbed fingers, what would that help me do?
Swim.
Yeah. Okay. So also think about like so the tallest man in the world, like on Guinness Book of World Record tour, his parents are like 5'7", 5'10". He's like 8'10". So that's a mutation. Something messed up and made him taller. But like that can make him better at some things, right, and worse at some things. But his kids are gonna get those same genes. Right. So mutation is like when something weird happens. So let's like
a mistake.
Yeah. So you know like what albino means?
Albino, like, you know how you're white, but they're a lot lighter than you.
Yeah. So like that's a mistake, right? So their parents weren't like that. It's just a mistake, right? So well, let's say that there's like squirrels and they're living in Canada or it's snowing, right? If they're brown, and so like if you're brown running around in snow, you can be seen easy, right? So they can get eaten. But let's say that one of their kids turns out to be albino, will they be better at hiding or worse at hiding?
Better.
Right. And so what will happen is the albino one is going to live, and the brown one's get eaten. And so the albino one can have kids, and then his kids, one or two might be albino, and the other ones will be brown. But then the two albino ones will live, and they get to have kids, and then over time, you got white squirrels. That's what happens. You think about in like Antarctica, there's white foxes, white wolves, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Mutation is a, you said it's a good thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so the last one says, let's say we got two big families of deer, one in the mountains, cold, one in the delta, it's hot. Our grandkids come back to see them. Are they going to do the same? Is that true or false?
They are not going to be the same.
Why is that?
Because they adapted to their weather. Because if it's cold, you're going to want to have more hair.
Yep.
And if it's hot, you're going to have a lot less.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly right. Okay. So, looks like you're getting those right. So do you think, though, that trying to, so what we did, when we were discussing these before, I asked you to look at them, so that you already had that in your head, do you think predicting helped you find these while you were reading? Because you'd already read them. You think it helped you read?
Yeah.
You did? Cool. So that's what we're trying to do through this is what we're trying to show you is that if you practice predicting, if you just look at this and you're you see where it says evolution and you're already in your head, you're thinking oh cool, I bet this is about, monkeys, blah, 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 yeah. So then you kind of gets you excited, so when you're reading, you're not just
what's going on?
Yeah, have you ever read something and the teacher's okay, so what does that mean? You're I don't know. Does that ever happen to you? Yeah, I did it all the time too. So, but if you're predicting So like if you're like trying to guess at it, then it's like a game in your head. You know what I mean? And you'll try to like you'll try to
Figure out the answer.
yeah better, try to pay attention better, right? Okay. All right. So look, Cyrus. Hang on. We got to stop this real quick.
What's going on?